National break, it's back to domestic business as Hamilton Academical look forward to their 4,000th league game since their inauguration to the Scottish League in 1897. But if they're to mark this historical landmark with a victory, it will take something very special indeed against Brendan Rodgers' all-conquering Celtic. Well, there's just one change for Hamilton from their last game as they welcome back Rakesh Bingham following an ankle knock. Georgios Saris celebrates his 28th birthday at centre-back. Ali Crawford scored the only goal of the game when Hamilton last beat Celtic 3 years ago, while Stephen Boyd was in the same youth team at Celtic as Kieran Tierney. Tierney, Craig Gordon, Scott Brown, Stuart Armstrong and James Forrest all start following their exploits with Scotland. But the headline news comes in the shape of Patrick Roberts, who makes his second debut following another loan from Manchester City. And in the absence of both Lee Griffiths and Moussa Dembele, new boy Odsonne Edouard pulls on the hoops for the first time since his deadline day arrival on loan from Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, I think the 3-5-2 has been very successful for Hamilton so far. 7 points from 9, Rory, but it's going to be a long night for Bingham and for Boyd. They might not get a lot of the ball, so they have to show lots of energy, and when the ball does come, they've got to hold it up.
I think Celtic have got options, but I think they'll go with the back three of Lustig, Simunovic and Tierney. And I'm looking forward to watching Patrick Roberts in the Celtic shirt, and a huge night for Edouard. He'll need to make an impact.
Well, Celtic have already achieved one of their main targets for the season by qualifying for the UEFA Champions League group stages, but the focus... Well, it's the 99th league meeting for these two, and Celtic have eyes on reclaiming top spot in the league table. Nothing short of a victory will do that. Hamilton are looking to upset the odds by extending their best run of form for 2 years. Here's Bingham. And Doherty's touch just was nicely worked down the left-hand side between McGregor and Brown, and now opened up for Armstrong. And he's got space to drive into. Stuart Armstrong, it opens up, but wildly over the top.
The Hamilton rearguard just kept retreating and retreating. And Armstrong driving through. It's about 25 yards. We've seen him score superb goals.
Roberts, and immediately trying to get Edouard in on goal, but the young Frenchman had just jumped the gun a little.
So sharp on the turn, isn't it, Patrick Roberts? Just goes a little bit early there. Edouard.
That's that little position for Patrick Roberts.
To come back into that. In the meantime, it's Roberts, Sinclair with the reverse run, but the offside flag is up.
Do you know what? I think that's a really close one. Roberts again on that half turn, little shift there past Crawford. Oh, do you know what? I think he's onside. It's such a tight one. Good run.
Now Roberts. This game is opening up. Forrest up against McMahon. It's a good ball in. And Sinclair! It's not clear yet. Good save by Gary Woods to deny Scott Sinclair.
Well, this ain't going to be 0-0, is it? Terrific strike. Technique from Sinclair, but good save, wasn't it?
Danger's not clear yet. Roberts. Armstrong. Sinclair once more. And again, Gary Woods called into action.
It's a good driving run, isn't it, from Forrest? Just stood up as a poor header. And that strike, Sinclair, all about the technique. Cushion volley, good strong hands.
And they just keep the ball alive. You know, it's Scott Sinclair again. He's finding lots of space tonight. He's enjoying his game. Another good...
Up at Inverness last season when they expected a cross, and Stuart Armstrong found the top corner then. It is a cross, so, and it's not. Just wide of the target by Georgios Saris.
I tell you what a ball that is. Little touch, set. Saris does well.
Birthday boy. Sinclair back to Roberts. A key understanding between those two. McKinnon for Docherty. Now here's Stephen Boyd. Lustig. Shimunovic, that was fizzed into Roberts, who took it perfectly first time to get away from McMahon. Sinclair in the middle, it comes to McGregor. Blocked by Skondras. Still on for Celtic. Armstrong drops the shoulder. Saris closing down his space. McGregor. Armstrong. He's away from Saris this time. It's Armstrong! Coolly, a composed finish tucked into the corner from Stuart Armstrong. Back in the team and back amongst the goals. Celtic lead after 17 minutes.
Yes, good to see from Celtic's point of view. A man back in form. McGregor, no real conviction in the first effort. As it's popped out again, is always trying to get it on that right foot. Just gets his head up and he knows what he's trying to do to find that far corner, and he generates a beautiful finish into that far corner, inside of his foot, picks his spot.
Absolutely terrific. I think Martin
quickly through McKinnon, and he finds Dougie Imrie. An important piece of defending from Tierney, with Bingham coming in at the back post.
It's a terrific ball in from Imrie. Tierney sticks to his task well.
Set perfectly for Celtic. Roberts, he's past Imrie. And McKinnon did well. It was an important job to get back and halt the Englishman.
Yeah, and it's clever from Roberts, little Megs there, but McKinnon does well, and Imrie will need.
Armstrong curling towards the back post. This time it's Thomas that knocks it out for a corner. So much defending for Hamilton to do.
Not convinced with the Hamilton marking there.
Tierney stays back. And it comes. Shimunovic wins the first header. And it was Scott Sinclair who was lurking on the 6-yard line.
Well, Hamilton aren't happy about something. It's a decent header. Sinclair just taking that position in front of the goalkeeper.
They're unbeaten. Here's Edouard showing his pace and his power. Break of the ball comes to Sinclair. He beats Woods. Celtic have their second and they are cruising now.
And we just saw a little bit of the threat which Edouard will give this Celtic front line. Real pace. Then I think McMahon does well to get back. It just prods it into Sinclair's path, and this is Scott Sinclair now with confidence. Clever, gives the keeper the eyes, picks his spot. And even at this stage, I think it's a long way back for Hamilton. Lovely finish.
Well, you know, if you're going to play against the champions and leave those kind of gaps in your back five or back three, whatever you want to call it, you're going to be in trouble. There's so much space for Edouard. This is good again from Crawford. You know, we spoke at the start of the game. He wants to get close to Bingham. He wants to get close to Boyd.
Skondras. And Scott Brown closing down on Skondras.
He may be lucky to get away with.
Was there a little kick in the face, do you think? I'm not too sure he meant it, but certainly when he lands, whether it's the way Scott Brown's foot goes, but I don't think Skondras is happy. Just keep an eye on his left foot as he lands. I'm not too sure if he means it or not, but you know, the referee was right on the spot, so he certainly hasn't issued it.
Here's the Brown incident. I think that's a poor challenge. Lucky to get away with a card. Oh, did he mean that?
Didn't realise Scott Brown spoke Latvian, but maybe there you go.
Well, they're all friends now. Well, Armstrong has left this one, and Oddson Edouard fancies the free kick. It's Edouard, and it's just a side netting as he looked for a debut goal.
A confident young man trying to catch Gary Woods.
Edouard took a rather heavy challenge there from Janis Skondras. And now breaks for James Forrest. Roberts. Oh, crucial touch as it went through.
Tell you what, McMahon did superbly well to block that shot from Patrick Roberts. You can see as soon as he gets on his left foot, he's thinking, I'll try and find that.
Gets Sinclair away. Scott Sinclair eyeing up number 2. It's come off the post, it comes back to Sinclair this time. He finds the back of the net. Sinclair at the double. Celtic have 3, and they are motoring towards another 3 points.
Shaking the head from Darian McKinnon. But this is Scott Sinclair at his best. I don't know why defenders let him come inside. It's too easy. McMahon actually gets round well. He's really unlucky, but Sinclair just follows it in. And that's the simplest of finishes. Off the post. Just carries his run on. Nice finish.
And it comes from Hamilton giving the ball up. Cheap possession in the middle third of the pitch. You know if you give it up against Celtic, they're going to come at you like the Red Arrows. They're going to drive at you. You've got Sinclair, you've got Forrest, you've got Roberts.
The programme starts from 7:15. McKinnon. Decent effort. And Craig Gordon held on to it.
Yeah, decent strike. Well clutched from Craig.
There's Thomas. Boyd, he's closed out, and Don Robertson has decided enough is enough. Stuart Armstrong got the ball rolling for Celtic with a very tidy finish. That was followed up by a smart double from Scott Sinclair, and at half-time here at the Super Seal Stadium, Celtic are cruising. It's Hamilton Academical 0, Celtic 3. Robertson is satisfied, and we're back underway. Certainly are very strong options on the bench should Brendan Rodgers look to change it in all positions. Keith Bingham and Mikael Luth was Mikael Lustig. And now it's Roberts to Edouard. Fine challenge by Xavier Thomas.
Once again, Patrick Roberts on the half turn. Slid the ball through. Do you get that one, Stephen?
Well, I just think maybe the fact he's been here before, and as much as he would love to play in the Champions League, maybe he just doesn't want to come to Hamilton or go to Motherwell or go to Kilmarnock every second week. He maybe wants to play in the Turkish League, which he feels is better.
Doesn't want to go to Munich.
Well, that's only 3 visits away from home, so maybe he's looking at the full season.
Roberts, well, look at that for a touch. Roberts, well, his confidence is certainly on the rise, and that's why he wanted to come back to Celtic. Feels at home here. Tierney, Edouard, good control. Armstrong, it now opens up for Roberts.
Nice take from Edouard. Good first touch. Wow, look at that. What a player. What a difference he's going to make, though.
You think he meant it?
I'm not even going to answer that, Stephen. You're a centre half.
If I'd have done that, you'd have said I wouldn't have meant it.
I would have known. You wouldn't have meant it.
Tierney, and Sinclair has beaten the offside trap. Sinclair for a hat-trick. Just too much on it.
It's a superb run, isn't it, from Scott Sinclair in behind, and he'll be really disappointed he doesn't finish that. It's an easy finish, gets his head up, just has to weight that lob properly. He'll be wondering how he didn't score.
And who says Celtic can't mix the game up? That's just a simple long ball forward, great.
It's Aberdeen at Murrayfield. To give it its full title, BT Murrayfield. There's Forrest. McKinnon. Now here's Imrie. Onto it is Edouard. Just brushes off Docherty. Odsonne Edouard. Nice return from Roberts. It's Edouard. It's going to sneak in.
They can pick it up in a split. Irrespective of the scoreline, you still look to your players to see what they've got. Great Darian McKinnon.
Well, Celtic ready to make a double change. Stuart Armstrong has run his race. Opened the scoring on 17 minutes, Stuart Armstrong, and it's a job well done.
Well, I think Rory has given Brendan Rodgers food for thought for Tuesday night. Made an impact, and Brendan Rodgers has got a big decision to make. Straight battle with Ncham and Armstrong. And what a game he's had, Patrick Roberts.
So Patrick Roberts off, Johnny Hayes on, and Olivier Ncham is on for Stuart Armstrong.
Well, there's still 23 minutes left, so we can get it after.
Well, Saris was late there on Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, tragic tackle that from the Greek.
Avoided the birthday card though. In preparation for PSG. Header comes in, it's off the bar.
Offside.
The flag is up to deny Odsonne Edouard.
I'll tell you what, regardless of the flag, that's not a bad header. Standing in an offside position, it generates decent power. It's the right thing, tries to go back.
Got Gemmell this evening, Scotland under 21's boss, but for now, Edouard looking to show his pace again. He's also showing his vision to pick out Scott Sinclair. Well, you wonder if that hit a hand on its way through to deflecting off the post.
Just sat up, didn't it, for Scott Sinclair, trying to let it come down. I think that would have been a harsh one. Let's make himself bigger.
McGregor to Lustig.
That's always the worry, isn't it? Lustig getting caught, hobbling. I mean, I like Ralston, but he's not like for like. Sensible management from Brendan Rodgers. It's a good to have brave call to play him tonight with so much at stake and a lack of centre-halves on at the club for Tuesday.
Then comes Nir Beaton into his new position, centre back, and there'll be a change also for Hamilton as Alex Gogic will come on to replace Dougie Imrie. Cham given away to Crawford. Boyd losing out. It's the battling qualities of Scott Brown.
Well, I think to be fair to Martin Canning, you know, he probably didn't overly expect anything from this game. I think he'd be disappointed with the side's first half performance when at times they were too passive and didn't compete. But going to Kilmarnock and picking up points, going to...
Here though comes Sinclair. He's got Edouard to his left. And it is with Odsonne-Edouard. Watched all the way by McMahon.
Yeah, when it's popped out, I thought when Edouard cut inside, he's going to get this shot off there.
Thomas. Lustig just had to recover the situation. He has knocked it out for a corner kick.
He just tracked Templeton there. Got away with that, Lustig. Templeton nicking the ball off him first.
But again, with the set piece, it's a good header too, and it's Alex Gogic who gets a consolation goal for Hamilton Academical.
Well, it's really good delivery from Crawford, and Gogic attacks the ball, eyes on the ball, but what is Craig Gordon doing? If you come for that, Craig, you have to get it, and he's in no man's land.
Sinclair went from the tight angle, and Woods got a firm enough hand on it.
He took that early, Sinclair. It's a feature of his game. That movement in behind, goes for power. Woods just about does enough. Parries that down into the floor. Maybe gets a little bit lucky.
Short from Celtic. Thomas away, but only as far as Olivier Ncham. Hayes to Ncham. Wide for Forrest. Celtic won't like Hamilton having the final say. Ncham put Hamilton out of their misery. Well, Scott Sinclair's got other ideas. The foul is given against Docherty.
That's been a successful channel for Celtic all night.
Looking to conjure up a fifth goal. It is Sinclair for the hat-trick. And just too high.
I don't think Woods was ready. Sinclair hits his shot. It's going to that far corner.
It's been a busy night for Scott Sinclair. And 2 goals, the reward for... And that's it. Celtic untouchable once again, and back to winning ways, and back to the top of the Scottish Premiership. It's the perfect way to prepare for the most expensive strike force in world football, and Patrick Roberts made his return and made quite an impact.
Patrick Roberts is not moving well there.
Yeah, Chris.
Would be a slight worry.
Well, perhaps a trip to the physio for Patrick Roberts, making his second debut. It was Stuart Armstrong who got the scoring started before Sinclair added a double, and Odsonne-Edouard on debut made it 4-0 before Alex Gogic got a consolation for Hamilton to complete the scoring here at the Super Seal Stadium. Hamilton Academical 1, Celtic 4.
Thank you very much to Rory and the team. That really was as comfortable as it gets. A good Champions League tune-up for Brendan Rodgers and his sides. Although we'll hope that Patrick Roberts is okay. He does appear to be limping after that match. He played just over 60 minutes. Well, he looks a wee bit better now. Maybe just a bit tight. He hadn't played 90 minutes since the Scottish Cup final last year. Right, let me tell you what's to come on our channel.